I'm Richard Randall, and welcome back to Your Real Estate Voice with Barb Schlinker. She's the host of the program, and this is the weekly radio show that informs and educates you on how to buy or sell real estate with Barb Schlinker, the owner of Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. Now, Barb, with the real estate market cooling off a bit, many home sellers don't want to wait months to sell their homes or worry about their contracts failing for different reasons. So, what are the benefits of accepting a cash offer on their home?
Well, Richard, it's definitely moving more towards a buyer's market now, more than we've seen really in the last 2.5 years since the Fed started raising the rates. Now, the rates have come down a little bit in the past year. We were up in the sevens, I think, in the springtime. Now we're in the low sixes. So there's a lot of buyers that are just kind of sitting on the sidelines waiting for the rates to hopefully come down to 3%, which I don't think it's going to happen. So there's that uncertainty, and or they're hoping that the prices will come down. So I think there is some pent up demand, but at the end of the day, if the home seller has to sell now, they can't wait for that. We've seen over the past couple of months a really massive increase in the average days on market to 41 to 97 days on market, pretty much all up and down the front range. And most home sellers absolutely hate the uncertainty of the house not selling. They don't like reducing the price. I will tell you that. That's usually a discussion with most of my sellers about, well, my house is worth more because of X. But at the end of the day, if you got somebody that's marketing it well, it's probably not that. It's just if you're overpriced, what you're doing is you're helping your neighbors sell their homes, and yours still sits on the market. Um, Most people don't like dealing with showings. It's no fun to have somebody come and judge your home. I recently had a showing, and the feedback was, well, my kids didn't like what was on the TV screen while we were looking at the house. It was kind of scary. And the seller's like, well, when we left the house, the TVs were off. I don't understand. So it's just, there's a lot of random reasons why a buyer would find not to want to buy a house. And we're having problems with the agents that are showing being extremely opinionated and giving their feeling about it. Like they'll say, well, the house is not worth that much. I had one that I sold very recently where the asking price was 700,000. The agent contacted us and said, well, my buyer likes it, but I don't see other similar homes that substantiate the value. So her first offer came in 100,000 below asking price, which was a lot. And seller's like, nope, not doing it. Then the second offer came in 50,000 below her asking price. Seller's like, nope. Then there was about a week delay, and she came back at full price and it sold. So in that case, I don't think the home was overpriced. It was just the agent was trying to influence the value or influence her buyers to make them think what she was bringing to the table was value, which was trying to drive the sales price down, which could have meant her buyer didn't get the home that they wanted. So you've got all that craziness going on. Then you enter in the world of inspections, which we just talked about how crazy inspections can be. So I've had many sellers tell me, I just hate the normal traditional sales process, and I get it. So if they do want to sell their home, we have other options rather than dealing with crazy agents, crazy buyers, crazy inspectors, crazy appraisers, having the financing not going through, worried about the appraisal coming in low, worried about the appraisal having to do repairs at the last minute. There are other options. First of all, there are some people that have the benefit of being able to go buy their next home without selling their current home, which is the low stress way to do it. It's the best way to do it if you financially can. But a majority of people need their equity out to be able to buy their next home. So we have at our company, at Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty, Barb has the buyer's team, we have 3 different lenders that will allow you to take up to 70% of your equity out of your home without having a mortgage, without having a payment, and be able to go buy your next home first. And then when your home sells, that amount gets paid off. So And then you've got the other issue with buyers coming in saying, oh, well, I want to buy your house, but will you reserve your house for me and wait until I sell my home, which is also very uncertain? And oh, by the way, it's not on the market yet. Will you do that for me? And most sellers are like, no, there's no certainty going on there. So what do you do in that scenario? Well, we actually have a bunch of investors that will come in and pay pretty much full price on your home. And that way you could win it. Basically, you can pull a majority of your equity out up front, be able to buy your next home. And then when it goes on a resale, you get the advantage of potentially the upside after that investor buys the home. It's kind of a two-step process, and it allows you to take advantage of, you know, having to make that transition more smoothly. I just sold a home that needs a lot of work. And the seller decided that the investor, this cash buyer, said, look, we can either change the deal, go up in price, not down, go up in price, build in there some money to do repairs, and turn around and resell it at full market value. That way you'll get the benefit of the upside. Or we can just sell it as is at the agreed upon original price. And they said, nope, we don't want to do that. We want to go as is. And okay, well, it's nice to have those kind of options. So the contingent sale is usually a nightmare for most home sellers. So all of our special financing programs are designed to help home sellers with solutions to that issue. I talked to a couple yesterday that knows someone that their home is not selling. They're getting elderly. They really need to move on to more of a seasoned citizen facility instead of being in a big home. And they don't know what to do because their house isn't selling. Well, I can help them. I definitely can help them. So I'm hoping that they get them my card. But there are ways that we can solve these problems with our cash offer program. My name is Barb Schlinker. I'm the broker owner of Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty and the host of this show. And we're talking about some ways that you could sell your home fast within 2.5 weeks for cash, not do any repairs and not do any showings. If you're interested in doing that, give us a call at 719-301-3900 or go to barbhasthebuyers.com. Richard?
You're listening to Your Real Estate Voice with Barb Schlinker of Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. You can reach her at 719-301-3900. And we're talking with Barb about how sellers can accept a cash offer instead of selling the traditional way that involves costly repairs and strangers coming through the home. If a seller does take a cash offer, Barb, is there any risk of it falling through or giving up some kind of equity?
Well, there's an extra cost for selling your home to a cash investor, but most of these investors are trying to maximize the home value. Typical, I think the common perception out there is, oh, if I sell to an investor, they're going to give me a really crazy lowball offer and steal my equity. That's not what these guys do. They come in at full market value, sometimes over market value, and say, all right, we will do this. Here's our fee. And then when it resells on the open market after we've done some repairs or not, depending on your choice, then you get that money that we held back for when it sells, plus any upside potential if we remodeled it. So it's kind of like the best of both worlds. And my experience so far, and I have closed quite a few of these investor deals, they always do what they say. There's no worry about, like typically what we see with a traditional live in the home buyer. They tie up your house for a couple of weeks, they do an inspection, and then they decide they don't want it because they ask for something really dumb or really unreasonable, or maybe they just don't qualify for the financing. With these guys, they give you proof of funds. We're doing this if you want to move forward. They will do an inspection. They want to make sure the house is in acceptable condition, no surprises, but it's not quite as forensic as an inspection would be with a live in the home buyer. That's been my experience so far. I'm really pleased with this platform and how it can help people move on to their next home in their lives without too much difficulty without repairing and without fixing up. It's awesome. It is a guarantee for your home to sell. Give us a call, 719-301-3900, or go to barbhasthebuyers.com. Richard?
Barb, you and your team are the only company I would recommend to people out there who are thinking of selling their homes and downsizing to a smaller home. You can reach Barb and her team at 719-301-3900. Barb, it's time for your favorite portion of the program, hot new listings. What do you have this week?
Well, Richard, I'm excited about our hot new listings. We've got some beautiful homes. There's one 8935 Coberdale Court that actually we're going to be featuring open this weekend, both Saturday and Sunday from 1 to 3. This gorgeous 2-story with a 3-car garage in prestigious Briargate is priced at $669. It's got a brand new roof. It's got a stunning remodeled kitchen and master bath. Everything's been pre-inspected, pre-certified, ready to go. We also have a fantastic home on 5081 Broadmoor Bluffs Heights. That home is priced at $649.9. It actually backs to NORAD and has fresh carpet. We have another home we're featuring this weekend in Fountain at 605 Birch Drive, priced at $289.9. This home has 5 bedrooms and a 1-car garage at a great price. We have another beautiful home at 4569 East Crest Circle West. That home also at $289.9. Beautiful rancher with gorgeous backs to open space and fresh roof and fresh paint on the outside. And we have many, many more. To find out about all of our coming soon homes and our homes that are on the market, go to barbhasthebuyers.com. And we're looking forward to featuring a few more this coming next week, which are 2 fabulous deals up in Florissant on acreage and a stunning home on 1 acre near Chapel Hills Mall. You don't want to miss that. Richard?
You've been listening to Your Real Estate Voice with Barb Schlinker of Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. If you're thinking of making a move, call Barb 719-301-3900. Or as always, visit barbhasthebuyers.com. What a great show, Barb. We'll look forward to talking to you next week. Have a great week in between.
Thank you. You too.